Long live the king. If you're feeling like this fight is near impossible, don't worry, I'm here to help. What's up guys, as always it's RYZEN, and in this video I'm going to break down the movesets of the King of Puppets both in Phase 1 and in Phase 2 when you face Romeo, the King of Puppets. Since there are two phases and two different styles, there are quite a few moves to break down. If you want to skip to the actual fight, I'll leave that in the chapters in the description and you'll see them along the timeline. Horizontal attacks like this are easier to dodge, whereas vertical strikes like this are easier to block. However, I chose to dodge. If you're comfortable with blocking, I recommend trying to do a perfect parry on these overhead strikes as they build the guard break. If you're not comfortable parrying, just dodge, but make sure you only hit once afterwards, because if you hit twice, this happens. Hands out to the side is a slam down. For this two-hit combo, I chose to parry and dodge just because I'm not as good at doing double parries. Use your Fable Arts or a heavy attack in order to stagger. I always try to get a couple of hits in before I go into the animation. When you see him start to cry, know that this rampage attack is coming. You can either block or dodge back. I recommend trying to dodge behind him. When he goes into this like ape walk, just move forward towards him. If you dodge forward, he won't get hit. When he goes into this fan mode, run back. As a rule of thumb, just run further than you think you need to go just in case. For this charging attack, dodge forward into his legs. You won't get hit. For the Fury Slam, try to time your parry as soon as he hits the ground, then dodge or block the follow-on attack. Next up is an Ergo Cannon followed by a swing. You can block or dodge a swing. I do neither here. Lastly is a double hit. If you don't dodge, you'll need to parry it twice. For Romeo, always rotate left. He'll do this lunging attack, and then for this Fury attack, you just rotate left. Don't get caught up by the leg. Rotating left, rotating left. On the double hits, just be careful because he can reach behind you. Like that. And then for the fire attack in Phase 2, just run to the left, as you see I'm doing right here. Dodge when he gets too close, dodge when he gets too close, but always go to the left. I tried it to the right, the left works better. For the dashing lunge, same thing, rotate to the left. Alright, so full transparency, I used the summon for this fight. If you're struggling, I'd also suggest that you use the cube. I recommend the cube ability that allows your Spectre to be revived once. Super helpful. I also highly recommend using this electric baton that you get earlier in the game. Just be mindful of those timings. Don't pay attention to your Spectre as much as paying attention to the King. Try to rotate behind the King, and when you see that it's taking aggro on the Spectre, that's when you just go behind. Try to land as many heavy shots as you can in order to do that guard break. You want to land as many shots as you can with electric weapons, whether that be this baton or you use the grindstone. Puppets have a weakness to electricity and it just amplifies the damage. As you can see here, I'm just trying to stay behind him, being mindful of when to dodge. Always constantly working to get behind him while the Spectre takes aggro. And then obviously parts like this, heal when necessary. That's why I say pay more attention to the King of Puppets so you don't get caught in hits like that. Again, use a Fable Art or a heavy attack when the bar goes white. Get a couple of hits in, rotate around, and then go into that critical. Hopefully your Spectre will hit as well. Don't get overly excited. Getting overly excited or overly confident ruins your timing, and then you end up getting hit by easy stuff. It may be different for you, but I've found the Romeo fight to actually be a lot easier just because of the timings. So the whole point of the Spectre is just to take the King of Puppets' attention while you attack him from the back and do as much damage as you can. If I had the Resurrection Cube, he would have came back to life, but unfortunately I didn't have it right here. But he's low enough health, and I'm comfortable with the second phase of this fight. Alright, so moving on to Romeo, know that he is always going to start the fight with this dash right here, so always go to the left. Once he misses, punish. I personally like to stay on his right shoulder. I know that it's harder for players who aren't used to Souls games to be that close. It's a little uncomfortable, but try to stay on the right shoulder so you can constantly rotate left. And when I say his right shoulder, it's the left one when you're looking at it. When he misses and gets stuck in the ground, that's when we hit with the heavy attack. Take advantage of the timing. This red attack, you want to rotate to the left, otherwise that happens. I didn't get out of the way in time. If you give him too much space, he'll go into this attack, and sometimes it's hard to time, especially if you get on a weird angle like that. Be mindful of your health and try to heal when you can. Whenever he goes into these combos, we just let him finish the animation, go for a heavy, try to get out of the way, keep rotating around. I missed right there. See the attack coming, get to the left. Don't try to do too many attacks at once. You're going to get caught by that scythe. When he puts his hand on his head, that's the perfect opportunity to get a little closer and land a heavy shot. When you see the white bar, don't get overly excited like I did right there. Now when you stagger him, you can choose to either hit him with a couple of heavy attacks or you can go into the animation. Either way, after that stagger, just know that the flame attack is coming. This is where you want to get to the left. You want to constantly stay rotating left. As you can see right there, and you saw in the intro, I never got hit by any of these attacks. Make sure to pay attention to stamina. As you can see right here, I don't have enough stamina to get out of the way of that attack and I get caught by it. Now it's all about patience because we're running low on health. We just got to remember, stay to the left, pick our shots. Hand on his face, perfect time for a heavy attack. Boom, we hit him right there, get a dodge in. Heavy attack once he misses. And then once you go into this animated attack, if you do this earlier in the fight, you see when he starts to take a knee, that's when you can hit him again. If you have the electric arm, you can also hit him with an electric burst. It's a lot of stuff to memorize, but I hope that this video helped, and if it did, please make sure to hit that like button. Also, I hope that I gave you enough information that you would please consider subscribing. Subscribing is absolutely free to do. Let me know down in the comments what weapon you used, and also, do you prefer to perfect parry or to dodge? I love reading your guys' feedback in the comments. It helps me improve as a player. Well, that's it. I've been RYZEN, and remember, if there's a boss, I'll help you defeat it. I'll see you in the next one.